In this video, I'll give an overview of Docsund, an interactive application for exploring large, unstructured collections of documents. I'll review Docsund's purpose and goals, functionality, and I'll begin demonstrating Docsund by showcasing the Entity Explorer. Sifting through large document dumps has always been a necessary but onerous task for investigators and journalists. Investigators often need to read through troves of documents in order to build a case against the suspects. Journalists may need to sift through tens or hundreds of thousands of emails released by WikiLeaks in order to find a newsworthy story. Manually reading through these large, unstructured document dumps is a daunting task, with the reader likely thinking at the start of it, where do I even begin besides page 1? Docsund answers this question by automatically discovering features from unstructured document dumps and serving them to users. It uses natural language processing techniques to extract entities, relationships, and topics from the documents. It provides them to users in intuitive visual tools. It also provides a full-text search tool so users can dig deeper into the corpus as they explore. Our goal for Docsund is to make investigators and journalists more agile at extracting and reporting on key insights in these document dumps. We hope that these discoveries start to happen within hours of starting to read through document dumps rather than weeks or months. For our initial stage, Docsund is focused on processing email dumps like the Sony email dump of 2014 or the DNC email leaks during the 2016 election. We've processed 4 email dumps in order to demonstrate its functionality. Let's go to the Sony email dump. The search bar at the top allows us to perform full text search on the corpus. Below are tabs for the entity and topic explorers, which allow us to visually explore these documents. These tools are interactive, with the Entity Explorer allowing users to use the search for particular entities by name, as well as clicking on nodes or edges of the resulting entity graph in order to dig deeper. The Entity Explorer visualizes the entities extracted from the corpus. An entity is a person, place, organization, and in the case of emails, a sender or receiver of an email. Docsund extracts all of these entities and uses rule-based algorithms to determine the relationship between them. Initially, the most central senders and receivers of email appear in the Explorer. Here we see Amy Pascal and Doug Belgrade, former chairwoman and former president of Sony Pictures Entertainment, as well as Scott Rudin, head of a prominent Hollywood production company. If we click an entity and select more entities, we can see a sample of other entities that are related to this entity. Additionally, we can double-click an entity in order to get a full list of email correspondence with other individuals, as well as entities that are discussed within the bodies of the email. We can also see all the emails between these two sender entities. We can also double-click on an edge between 2 nodes in order to get that same email correspondence. Let's double-click on the edge between Amy and Scott and see what they're talking about. Here we see a list of emails that we could review, sorted by most recent to least recent. Let's look at the first one. Here we see a spicy email exchange between Scott and Amy. Quote, "But so we are clear, I am done being your advocate here, as you don't deserve one exhalation of breath on your behalf." Ooh, very spicy. Now let's look at an entity that's not an email sender or receiver. I want to select Michael, and I want to select more nodes. We can see other nodes appear around Michael, including Pascal, Amy, Belgrade. We also see a Michael Linton appear here. This is an interesting entity, as this is the former CEO of Sony Pictures. Let's select a few more entities here. Looks like there's a strong email correspondence between Michael and Amy. Let's pull up those emails and look through them. Cool. Now let's use the entity search function in order to look for specific entities by name. I'm going to look up Sony because this is the Sony email dump. I want to click this Sony Entertainment node. I'm going to select View More Nodes. And around Sony Entertainment, two other node types appear: email addresses as well as people. On top, I see Mark Webb. Mark Webb directed Sony's 2014 reboot of Spider-Man called The Amazing Spider-Man. We select him and view the other entities he's related to. We can actually see Spider-Man right here. Very cool. The Entity Explorer also allows us to zoom out, zoom in, maximize the window, minimize it, as well as reset the Entity Explorer back to our initial search result. That's all. Thanks for watching this demonstration.